The Barbershop Chat is a unique event that has always brought fathers and sons together. It's a place where they have conversations. It's a place of laughter. It's a place of food. It's a place of deep conversations. And it's not necessarily a father. We recognize that our community has a lot of fatherless homes. It's for the mothers that are standing in that gap. It's for the aunties and the coaches, all of those adult figures that stand in the gap for those parental roles. It's important for events like this to bring them out, to have those conversations, and to empower our youth and to empower that relationship. That's where bonds are formed.
But let's have a conversation about COVID, and let's have a conversation about how that's impacting us as a community.
I need 10 people to come up and form a circle right here. If I just need 10 people, please come on up. One of the things that's happened with this whole vaccination thing is we've been inundated with numbers and percentages and all of that. But what this really is about is forming a circle. So if everybody in this circle represents 10 people who've been vaccinated, and this is our community, this is how it works. So one of the things that we're trying to do is figure out what's the best way to maintain that circle. Circle's a very strong structure that protects. So if you all think about joining hands, I need one person to go in the center. And then if you all could join hands. So this one person is the person who's not vaccinated, but as you see, the circle is still intact and we can protect. I need another person to go in the middle.
There is a sense of concern within certain communities about yet another study or another vaccine, and that might be some of the challenges that folks face when they hear about getting a shot, right? About something that they really don't know about.
As a healthcare professional, I don't think collectively we've been very careful historically to protect folks in the research setting, in the care setting, so I understand the lack of trust.
Again, we still have protection. 2 people unvaccinated, and these 2 people may be, if any of this applies to you, put your hand up or shake your head. Anybody that lives with you or that you know under the age of 12 has diabetes, maybe lupus, maybe sarcoidosis, maybe they're on chemotherapy or have completed chemotherapy. Those folks are vulnerable, and the vaccine is either, if they're under the age of 12, won't apply to them, or when they get the vaccine, it won't work as robust as it will for those who don't have diabetes or sarcoidosis or lupus or are on chemotherapy. So another person, enter the circle.
A lot of the lifestyle issues that gets us to having excessive weight, that gets us to having diabetes, hypertension, heart problem, all of those are our risk factors for having a severe form of COVID. Many of those individuals who don't have risks may have mild COVID, may beat it. But those individuals that have chronic medical conditions could suffer from it greatly up until death. So yes, it's very important to have good lifestyle, but even those individuals who are in the gym every single day could get COVID, and depending on their underlying condition, they could suffer from it. So it's very important to be protected, and vaccine is a good form of protection.
So we still have what they like, you may have heard on news, herd immunity, but I'll just say protection. The circle is still intact. Another person in the center. Now here's the difficult part. If the people in the center were actually spread just 3 feet apart, if you just took 2 steps back, now we need one more person in the center or in the group.
For me, I think that going back to school would be like a pretty good idea, but at the same time, I'm not 100% on board. I might just do like a hybrid, like half in school, half at home, because most of the problem is like mostly trusting in the people to like keep their mask on or to get vaccinated and like keep each other safe and to like keep their area sanitized and clean, because once like one class is done, only one person has to like slip up and just like not clean their area, then the next person who comes in could possibly like get infected. And it's not the most safe idea, but I do think it would help like a lot of students get back into school and increase their education more than it did when everybody was online.
Regarding going back to school, I think there's definitely a fear in that, because on one hand, going back to school means that we would get a better education, and learning online is never easy. You don't have the classroom setting, it's harder to ask questions, so there's all these obstacles you have to face. But going back also, like it was spoken, is giving so much trust into your peers, and you getting COVID doesn't only mean that your life is affected, it also means the people around you, your loved ones, are also affected. So I think it's good to have a fear in that, because that means that you care and that you care about your loved ones.
At some point, we don't have the protection. That circle isn't going to hold. So the folks that we know that we are part of our lives that we love, that are under the age of 12, on chemotherapy, have received chemotherapy, have some condition that affects their immune system, our community, that circle, isn't as strong if we're not all committed to keeping that circle and making it strong through vaccination. It's not about the numbers, it's not about what percent, it's about our community and keeping that circle strong. And that's what this is about. Thank you.
When I look around my neighborhood of Rainier Beach, I see family and friends, the people I've grown alongside, the people who I graduated elementary school with, and the people who make me feel a part of a community. I am a product of my life in Rainier Beach, built on the motivation from my mother to excel at everything I do, and given the tools to invoke change in my community. I am a part of a world that feeds off of systematic racism and fueled with fire and passion and a need to bring change and help my community thrive. I am a piece of my neighborhood. I am a graduate of Rainier View Elementary and a person who frequents the Ethiopian stores supporting immigrant businesses. I am a part of the diverse community. I am a student, a daughter, a sister, a friend, and a resident of Rainier Beach. When I leave, I want to leave behind a safe community that my little sister can grow in, a community filled with beauty and art, music, food, and happy memories. However, when I leave this community physically, I will still be tethered here, because Rainier Beach is my first home. I am amazing because of my perseverance and dedication to everything I do. I am amazing because of my love for my community and my passion for justice and change, a passion that I gained after seeing through the news and in my own city and community the injustice, prejudice, white supremacy, and racism that people of color have to face every day, whether it's a clerk eyeing you in the store or a classmate wanting to touch your hair without asking, or having to educate your peers one day about why what they said was racist, just to do the same thing again. I'm amazing because of my brave voice in discussions and my culture, music, and traditions that make me special and I try my best to share. I'm amazing because being a black woman in America is hard, from our rights from years before I was even born to now, for women's rights and equality, to having to learn to love myself in a country where beauty standards are inclusive. I'm amazing because I learned to embrace my hair, my skin color, and my culture, and learned to speak up against racism for myself and others. I'm amazing because I'm a part of a community of strong people who persevere every day and work hard to create change so they can help their kids outgo the struggle through their sacrifices. I'm amazing because of my melanin and my blackness and my strength and passion. I'm amazing because I work every day to make America a better place, starting from my community of Rainier Beach.